Rev up your engines! Now if your car's bouncing around too much, today I'm going to show you how to replace your struts yourself without using spring compressors. Just bolt on, bolt off, and away you go. Now of course everything wears out eventually. Especially strut shocks, they go up and down and up and down. Eventually they wear out, right? This is a 2002 Lexus. It's got the original struts. So it's 23 years old. And kind of like us, people, you age gradually. You're not 16, the next thing you know, you're 95 and falling apart, right? No, it's gradual. Struts wear out the same way. And in the case of this Lexus, believe it or not, these are the original struts. When Lexus makes them, they paint them green because left and right are different. This shows that it's supposed to face that way, and this green shows that it's supposed to face this way. As you can see on the replacement strut, it's not painted, but it has arrows. Now, if the original struts are well made, like in this Lexus or a Toyota, they can last a really long time. As they gradually wear, you notice a slight difference in how it rides, maybe how it corners, maybe it's corner a little sloppy, or you go down the road, you hit bumps, the steering wheel starts to shake. Well, I've noticed it was starting to do this on this car about 4 years ago. Now, it's not structurally unsound. You know, if you get, say, a Chrysler, the struts go out, a lot of times they'll be so gone, the car will bounce up and down, clang, you lose control. This didn't do that. But they are worn, and the way I figured it out was because down the road, there's a street called Tiny Town Road. They paved it a couple years ago, and I noticed after the paving, when we drove the Lexus down there, the steering wheel would shake a little. They didn't do such a hot job. It's got little bumps in it, right? Even though it's a new road. They don't make them like they used to with roads too, right? But when we drove the Lexus to the grocery store, I'd feel it shaking a little. My wife thought it was the tires. I said, no, it's not the tires. But when we took our Matrix, it didn't shake at all, because the struts on those are still in really good shape. It weighs a lot less. So a few days ago, I jacked it off, pulled off the wheel, and I could see that there were some of the ancillary parts had rotten on the mounts and were falling down. They weren't broken. It had no play anywhere, really. But I knew it was time for new struts, so I ordered them online. And this time, instead of just replacing the strut parts with the shock, these are so old, and the mounts are going, I decided to try this Detroit axle company. I read good things about it. I got a set that came with both front struts and the big bolts for the torsion bar. You might as well change them. It comes as a kit. And it was a very reasonable price compared to the Lexus just insert. Because Lexus, their stock stuff comes in pieces. You'd have to buy the strut, the spring, the mount, bolts, everything separately. It would cost a small fortune. And like I say, normally, I find these things to be really cheap and they don't work that well. So I thought, for the benefit of all you people out there, I'm going to try these Detroit axles. They weren't bad. It was like $210 for the pair with all the parts. That's not bad, right? And we're going to see how they work out, and you'll see how easy it is to install. Because yes, taking this whole assembly apart with the spring compressor, springs bounce around, hard work, dangerous work. This is just bolt off, bolt on. Very easy job. The only thing I'm worried about is how it's going to ride and stuff. When we're done, what we're going to find out. Now, you want to jack the whole front end up because you're doing the front struts, because the front end's under tension. When you jack both wheels up in the air, then that takes the tension off. You don't have to deal with any kind of spring torsion on the torsion bar. So jack it the whole way up, then put jack stands under it. You don't want to be squashed like a pancake, one on each side. Now, I used to use air picks all the time, but I found this little CSCR electric impact wrench. It's only like $100. It works quite well. I've been using it for quite some time. First, we'll take off the puzzle lock. Then we'll take off the rest. Wonder if this will fit or we'll need something else. Oh, that fits. I'm gonna put the wheel out of the way. Roll it over here. We have to take this bolt off here. So the ABS and the brake line are out of the way. We take this bolt off here, which is the bolt that does the torsion bar bolt. We're also going to take off this key and take the tie rod arm off so we have more working room when we're doing the job. Now you can see this nut here is tricky. It spins. So what you do is you put the wrench on here first. See how it just spins? Stick an Allen key inside. Then as it spins, the Allen key hits here and watch. Voila. it comes off. It's if you're not using one hand to hold the camera and the other one to use because you need two hands to hold both parts, as this does. Since it's sticky, we'll put a little WD-40 on it. All right, now you'll see it'll come easier because I'm going to hold this in place so it doesn't move. There we go. A lot easier with a little WD-40. Granted, there's a lot of spinning, but it'll eventually come off. It's a long nut. It looks like it's ready to come off now. There it goes. And we get that out of the way. We're replacing this anyway because we got a new one with the kit. So we'll take this bolt off for the lines here. And we can get that out of the way. So they don't get out of the way when we take it off. You use a pair of cutter pliers. You're getting a new one. You grab it and you pull it out of the hole. See how it's coming out? Okay. Then we get that loose, and that's where the impact wrench comes in real handy. Doing by hand can be a pain. Things can slip it. You notice that takes it right off. Now we got to take this off. We don't want to damage the thread, so we got a tie rod puller. Real easy to use. You can get them free at AutoZone, loan them and give it back to them. As you can see, it just screws over, and then when you tighten this, it pops out. It'll go until it pops. Here we go. There we go. Now it comes right out. We can get it out of the way. Then we take off the two main bolts that hold it on. Here goes one. It comes out. Push you out of the way. Now this is in the way, so we're going to take this off too. Then we take the three bolts that hold it on off. Just come off. Put them up here. Now when you take the last one, the whole thing's going to fall down. So we're going to also hold on to the strut while we do that. Because now it's going to come down. And out it comes. Since the old one's that way, the new one, there's the arrows pointed out. And you'll notice that the same side faces, so you know it's the right one. So even though it works okay, look, there's pieces on the inside that have come apart from the strut mount, and hey, it's 23 years old. Now it's very important to use the arrows because as you can see, this thing's cantilever down, see? Down, up. If you put it on a different way, it would bolt on a different way, you'd have the alignment wrong, so you make sure you do that correctly. Here comes the hardest part. You gotta slide it in and put it to the matching holes. It's relatively heavy, and I'm relatively weak, but it's getting there. Start with just one bolt, then it's easier. And don't tighten them yet. You still want wiggle room to get the bottom on, because you got to wiggle this to get it on. Sometimes there's a lot of wiggling involved. This one doesn't seem too bad, you can see. And it's best to put the bottom one in first. Bottom one's in. We'll just put the cap on there a little loose. Then we'll do the top one. And put that bolt on. Now you can put the top on. What'd you know? The new bolts are a different size. Now they're 15 millimeter. Well, who cares what size they are? As long as they go on. Now it came with these new sway bar links. That's a good thing, because this one's got too much play in the bottom. It is 23 years old. We're going to put a new one there, and the new ones have grease fittings. Look at that. Wow. Now, unfortunately, there's no room for my impact wrench on the inside, so I got to do it by hand on the inside bolt. But it's doable. Just takes longer. But eventually it comes out and you bolt the new one in. You just slide it in, bolt it on. Do the bottom first. It's easier to get to the bolt. When it's up here, there's not much bolting room. As you can see, there's a lot more room to bolt it on when it's got it down. Then you just pivot it up, put it in the top hole. You might have to wiggle it a little. Get enough room. We're getting there. There. There's the top one you can use the impact wrench on, because there's more room. Put the impact wrench on. Now it's nice and tight. Then we'll tighten the two giant bolts. Hold the whole thing together. Then the bottom one. And we stick the tie rod back in the hole. You got to wiggle it a little. Not go in the hole, right? Then we put the castle nut on. We're going to get a new cotter pin. We'll start it by hand. Then we'll put that on. Now we put a cotter pin in there so it doesn't come loose. If you could try to reuse the old one, but it's probably bent. I got a whole box of these things in here, so this one looks like it'll fit. And indeed it does. You just stick it in. grab it with a pair of clippers and bend it back so it doesn't fall out. That's to keep it from turning while you turn the car. You can see just bend it the whole way up, hit it a few times. And of course we bolt the wheel back on. Make sure everything's in its place where it belongs, of course. It's always fun lining these wheels up when you get old and weak. There they go. And as I always say, first you put the lug nuts on, finger tight. You don't want to use an impact wrench putting them back on. You can warp things. You want to put them on by hand first to make sure it's all lined up. Then use a torque wrench that's like 78 foot-pounds so you don't warp things. Now I'm not going to fill in the driver's side. It's exactly the same thing, but you must change them in pairs. If you don't, the car won't handle right. One side will dampen better than the other. You can lose control. Always change them in pairs. You don't have to change all four. But if you change the front, you change the front pair. If you change the rear, you change the rear pair. So now it's all together. We'll slowly let it down so we don't damage anything. Don't drop it like a maniac. And like I said, we're going to torque the lug nuts now. So, you do until they click. Click. Cross pattern. Click. And then this one, it's a special locker. You want that tight too. It's harder to get tight. There it goes. And then we do the other side. Well, we got it all bolted back together, so let's take it for a spin. There you go for a spin. No backup camera on this old thing. Oh, gotta remember, take the emergency brake off. You always have that on when you're working so it doesn't roll all over the place. Well, the turning noises are gone. Used to go clunkety clunk, creakety creak. That's all gone. We'll see what it does when we get to Tiny Town Road to see if the steering wheel wobbles or not. Well, we're starting on Tobacco Road and it handles better. And when I turn it, it doesn't creak like it used to creak. We'll see what happens when we get to Tiny Town Road to see if the steering wheel is going to shake when we're going 45 or not. All right, here we go. We're going to go 45 miles an hour on Tiny Town Road. And guess what? Look, I'm letting go of the steering wheel. No shaking at all. It's fixed it. Ta-da! So there you have it. You can change old struts out by yourself. Now, it rode fine. It sits fine. We're going to see how it works over time because, like I said, I was never a big fan of these quick struts where you get the whole assembly. But since this Lexus needed the bearing assembly on the strut mount and the new bolts for the control arm, what the heck? I bought the kit, $210 on Amazon from Detroit Axle. Hey, we'll see how it lasts over time. Keep watching. I'll see years from now how it's holding up. Certainly was easy to put in and the ride's fine. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.